Today we will show you some hidden gems in our own backyard. Don't miss out because Philly is full of great experiences you just can't miss.
Whether you're looking to experience Philly's different cultures or visit one of its beautiful green spaces, this show is the place for you. Stick around and follow us on our journey around the city of brotherly love as we show you a way to get involved in your community.
Don't miss this exclusive in-studio interview with LaSalle's new men's basketball coach. All that and more is in store, and it's just next door. Hello everyone and welcome to Just Next Door. I'm Elle Laughlin.
And I'm Blake Griffith. Just Next Door is the show that explores the Philadelphia area and showcases its spaces and places.
Philadelphia is usually known for its city line, but there is more than meets the eye. Lesser known than Fairmount Park or Love Park, Sierra Green is Philadelphia's first elevated public park. It is the ideal outdoor space for gathering and relaxing. Sierra Green is definitely the place to go if you're getting sick of the city. Just Next Door took a trip to see the garden in the sky on this week's segment of Keep Philly Green.
Sierra Green, a development of Brandywine Realty Trust, is known as Philadelphia's first elevated urban park, conveniently located 95 feet above South 30th Street in University City. This $12 million project made its debut in 2015 and is available for access 7 days a week. According to Alana Marie DeSanti, a sophomore at Drexel University, quote, "Sierra Green is nice to hang out with friends and pets, and everyone always loves the skyline view. I come every day and love the new addition of the projector," end quote. This 1.25-acre rooftop greenery is designed to utilize innovative blue roof and green roof technologies while providing outdoor enjoyment for residents and visitors.
As a resident of Evo, I really enjoy living here because as a pet owner, I get to come out here every couple hours and take him out. I can hang out here at night. I can let him run around and get his exercise. There's really a whole bunch of things that living in Evo lets me do because of Sierra Green.
The blue roof design conveniently collects and stores rainwater to prevent flooding while also nourishing plants. The green roof technology contains vegetation that aids in drainage and irrigation systems, while the solar panels fuel the lighting system that illuminates Sierra Green. Activities range from picnics and yoga to reading and studying, with many live arts and cultural programming frequently offered. The space includes a center area to sit and relax, surrounded by open hills that overlook the city and Schuylkill River, a great way to see Philadelphia from a different perspective.
Wow, what a neat place in the city. I know where I'm going on this next warm day. It's great to know that we still have access to green places in the city. Although Sierra Green is not the only hidden treasure in the city, looking for a chance to experience a new culture, look no further than Chinatown.
Deep in the heart of the city, Chinatown is a melting pot of Asian cultures. Whether you want to view the beautiful architecture, experience vibrant cuisine, or visit unique markets, this cultural hub is the place to be. Join us on this trip to Chinatown on this week's segment of Culture Connection.
We're in Chinatown today exploring our own little piece of Asian culture right here in Philadelphia in our own backyard. Come take a look. Our first stop today was Tea's Road Crepe to grab some bubble tea. This is a great brunch option for anybody hungry for crepes as well. Sadly, we had to skip the crepes today. Instead, we ordered the taro bubble tea. Taro is a tropical root vegetable known for its purple color and sweet taste, and boy was it good. Next, we stopped at the Chinatown Market, where they offer a variety of unique produce such as dragon and horned fruit. They also sell a variety of teas and every ramen flavor you could ever need. Don't forget all the cool snacks and knickknacks they serve here. Also, they have kimchi, which is a famous Korean fermented vegetable dish. Finally, don't miss out on the Pocky. We're here at Chinatown Square connecting with the culture by experiencing some new cuisine all around us. Our last destination was Ice NY for some rolled ice cream. We ordered an ube and Thai mango bowl. Part of the treat of this dessert is watching it be handmade. Ube is a sweet purple yam, famous in Thai desserts. This was the best treat of the day by far. But we would be lying if we said it was our only dessert. So thanks for coming with us today and exploring in Chinatown with us. If you liked anything that we saw today or you saw today, come check it out for yourself. There's tons of great things that we couldn't have covered in the time that we had. So whenever you get a chance, come down to Center City, Philadelphia. Come check out your own little slice of Chinatown. This has been Amadou C. Thanks for watching.
That's an interesting area in the city. I never knew there were so many cultures jam-packed into one area. I can't wait to check it out for myself.
Have you ever wondered about some of the more unique professional opportunities available to Philadelphians? Our next adventure led us to Vibes and Vinyasa Yoga Studio. We met with professional yoga instructor to find out what it takes to teach yoga. We went down on the mats and struck a pose on this week's segment of Philly Works.
Yoga is a common workout practice and a place to go to help you find your inner peace, but it is an uncommon choice of employment. Kobe Berkeley has built a business based on the idea that yoga can help you no matter who you are, which is what has made yoga instructing less of a job and more of a passion.
You know, it's like any other job, but the thing is that I love to do it so much that it never ever feels like work. So when I'm instructing, I'm kind of like in the zone. I'm looking at bodies, I'm breathing with people, I am just noticing what people are going through, and there's that energy. You kind of feed off the energy of the class. And so some days you're like bouncing from here to there, this studio to that studio, and other days I get to do privates with people and one-on-one and like really get into practice. And some days it's just about getting into my own practice. What made me want to be an instructor was at that point where I was like, I just want to learn more about this. I just want to know like really what gets people to their center. And I also saw so many people doing like all these cool, fun arm balances, and I was like, I want to learn how to do that.
As a yoga instructor, the practice not only impacts the people that you teach, but impacts yourself as well.
I think it's grounded me so much more, it's centered me, it's made me want to learn so much more about the body, about anatomy, about people, about energy. I think it's kind of grounded me in a way that I didn't realize yoga could, or any other thing that I've tried to get the same feeling. And you can't really put a pinpoint on what that is, but when you get there, you know it. And I think that's what's really propelled me to keep going forward. And I want to continue not to just teach up here, but travel and teach and continue to do this globally.
What a cool way to combine passion with profession. We're going to take a quick break. Stick around for a trip to a forgotten graveyard that is slowly being restored, and tips on how to stay healthy like a rower.
Also stopping by will be our in-studio guest, LaSalle new men's basketball coach. Stay tuned. Exposure to blue light can mess with your sleep and memory cycle, so make sure you limit your screen time at least 2 hours before you go to bed. Welcome back to Just Next Door, the show that takes you all around Philadelphia and highlights everything it has to offer.
If you thought cemeteries were already kind of creepy, then try visiting an abandoned one. Slowly, Mount Moriah Cemetery was being reclaimed by nature since its closing. Surprisingly, this cemetery hasn't been forgotten though. Even with its many historic sections overgrown, a wooden nonprofit has stepped to make restorations.
It is now open to the public and is no longer an active burial ground. We sent a team there to explore and see what they could find buried in time on this week's episode of Philly Folklore.
This time on Philly Folklore, our team visited the abandoned Mount Moriah Cemetery just outside Philadelphia. Built in 1855, the cemetery has lain abandoned for over 7 years. It's among some of the largest cemeteries within the United States, having over 380 acres, which contain around 120,000 graves.
Mount Moriah is one of the few cemeteries still in the U.S. that actually houses both Union and Confederate soldiers. It is the only one in Pennsylvania, though, that actually houses both. There's over 200 unmarked plots for unidentified soldiers who are still here. In the back, you have some of the founding members of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, as well as the stonemasons plot back there. And also you have the founding member of the Philadelphia Lodge, which was also home and a neutral area for both Union and Confederate soldiers to stay.
The cemetery is famous not only for being the first resting place of Betsy Ross, but it also holds the graves of hundreds of soldiers from the Civil War, the Spanish-American War, and both World Wars.
Towards the back, you have the Spanish War, and also it has Navy and Marine Corps officers over there, as well as a naval monument in the back.
The cemetery not only houses soldiers and famous figures of the past, but it also was originally one of the only American cemeteries that permitted people of all religions to be buried there. The cemetery has paths for visitors to walk along, but many graves lay hidden, consumed by the trees and foliage. With the exception of the Civil War graves, which are well maintained, most of the graves are hard to reach due to the overgrowth.
This area was actually used for the Underground Railroad just because the back plots in the area were hard to get to through Cobb's Creek when they were transporting slaves to and from northern areas to get them into a safe location.
Although Mount Moriah Cemetery may be abandoned, it is still worth visiting for the sights and the rich history that remains.
Wow, even cemeteries these days can provide you with some spice of life. It's time to maintain that energy with a workout from the crew team. We took an insider look into some of the ways we can stay healthy. Hit the gym with us to check out these crew-inspired workout tips on this week's segment of Philly Fit. For centuries, rowing has proven to be a sport of endurance and a true testament to one's fitness.
After a hard workout, immediately you're going to feel it in your legs.
Basically, every muscle in your body is used. It's kind of a myth that rowers have really strong arms.
Rowing's pretty much all legs, which a lot of people don't know.
If you want to row, you don't really have to do much else that day because you already worked every muscle group in your body. So.
But when the weather is bad or it's too cold to be in the water, rowers can seek shelter inside by using a rowing machine, which is also known as an erg.
The rowing machine is probably the closest thing that rowers have to simulating what it's like on the water.
Ergs can be found at almost any fitness facility and can pack a punch when it comes to your workout. Rebecca showed us how we can use one to get fit.
So it's legs, body, arms, recovery, arms, body, legs.
The rowing stroke can be broken into two pieces. The first piece, the drive. To perform a drive, you first straighten your legs, extend your back, and then bring the handle into your chest so that it is right above your sternum. The second piece is called the recovery. For the recovery, you start by straightening your arms, letting your body come forward, and bending your legs so that you finish in the same position that you started in. You can then perform this exercise as many times as you want, as fast as you want, with as much resistance as you want, until you get the best workout in for you.
Rowing helps my body the most because it makes me the most fit that I could possibly be.
It's also aerobic exercise as much as strength, so not only are your muscles gonna feel completely fatigued, but your cardiovascular system is gonna feel totally out of breath, so you're gonna be gasping for air.
It is a really good workout since it works basically every muscle in your body. You do get really fit.
Great tips on how to stay fit. Thanks, guys. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have LaSalle's men's head basketball coach, Ashley Howard, in the studio. Stay tuned.
Just a typical Monday at 20th and Aldi. Are you ready for some excitement?
It is my distinct honor and pleasure this morning to introduce you, the head basketball coach for your LaSalle Explorers, Ashley Howard, ladies and gentlemen.
Making LaSalle a place that we can all be proud of, and I want our basketball program to be a reflection of the energy and everything that we're doing here to create some excitement here on 20th and Allen. So again, guys, I appreciate the opportunity to be your head coach, and I have an open door policy for 24 hours. So get all your questions out the way. because we got some work to do.
We would like to welcome Ashley Howard to the studio today. Coach Howard recently won a national championship with Villanova as an assistant coach and is now the new LaSalle Explorer men's basketball coach. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys today.
Of course. So what inspired you to start coaching basketball?
Well, I grew up around the game. My father and my uncle were both coaches. My dad was a great player, and then once he retired, he became a coach. And my uncle was the guy that, when I was a little boy, used to run me around. Like once my career ended, it was almost like a natural transition for me, just because I had been exposed to great coaches my entire life, and it was a natural fit for me.
Cool.
Yeah, gotcha.
So what are some of your expectations for LaSalle as you enter their upcoming season?
Well, my first expectation is that we gradually learn how to become a team, right? Mm-hmm. Not just a group of individuals, right? I don't necessarily think our team this year will have one standout player. I want us to be a collective unit that plays hard, that plays together, and represents LaSalle University with class and dignity. So that's where we're trying to get our program right now.
Absolutely.
Do you think going from the role of assistant coach at Villanova and then going into head coach, like how has that changed for you?
Well, when you're a head coach, you have to worry about way more than just recruiting and player development. So now I have to worry about getting students in the stands. So that's a quick plug for all of our students to come and support our team.
Yeah.
You worry about dealing with alumni, fundraising, all the things that you don't necessarily see on the surface. So it's big shoes to fill as a head coach now, but it's exciting. I'm happy to be back here at LaSalle, and I'm looking forward to taking the program into new heights.
We're so excited to have you. Have your players taught you anything? Like, I know you teach them a lot, but has there ever been an experience where they taught you?
They have taught me the art of being patient, right? So it's a brand new scenario here for us, right? Where, I'm a new coach. We have a new coaching staff, and, our players, they're dealing with a new coach, but we also have some transfers that played for different coaches. So it's all new. So the biggest thing that I've learned this year is just to be patient, that things aren't going to happen overnight, that it's going to take some time to get the program where we want. But the good thing is that they've also taught me that they all are eager to learn, and they all want to help turn the program around. So it's really good. It's been really fun.
Do you think you have like one moment that you could say was one of your greatest experiences as a coach?
The greatest experience that I had as a coach, it wasn't the national championships, because when you win national championships, the school really benefits from it. And I know every player will say they would like to win a national championship, but watching our players all get drafted into the NBA this year, as a coach, that was the most awesome experience for me, because I know that that's what every kid wants. Mm-hmm. Every kid dreams about having an opportunity to play at the highest level and hear their name called in the NBA draft, and to have the opportunity to witness three of our players from Villanova this past year get their names called at the NBA draft. That was a pretty rewarding experience for me.
Cool. What do you think is your greatest coaching role model? Do you think that there's one person that you could say really made an impact on you?
Because you said growing up,
So my greatest coaching role model is probably my Uncle Greg. My uncle was an assistant high school coach, and he was an AAU coach, and he was the guy that I got my passion from. He was a very passionate guy. He related to people well. He knew how to be stern and instill discipline, but still love you and find the right opportunities to make you laugh when he knows that you're down on yourself, right? So I think my uncle was probably my biggest coaching influence growing up.
Cool. Do you think that he gave you like one piece of advice that really stuck with you and has made you a better coach after you took on the role?
The one thing that I took from him is always bringing energy. Like, he was a very enthusiastic and energetic person. And when you bring energy, especially positive energy, I think it resonates within your team. And then your team kind of knows what to expect from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the bar is set with the head coach. You bring energy and everybody else just follows suit.
Cool. So after winning a national championship as an assistant coach, do you think that it's going to be tough to kind of bring that same energy that you had at Villanova here? No, because the one thing that at Villanova, we never necessarily talked about our goal being winning championships. We just talked about the process and doing whatever it would take for us to be the best team that we can be by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And whatever that looked like, we would be satisfied with it. We had years where, 2 years ago we lost to Wisconsin in the second round in a tough game. We weren't any less of a great team. We just fell short one day. So, we talk very much about the process, and that's what I'm trying to instill here at LaSalle, is for our guys to believe in the process of what it's going to take for us to get to be a good team. And if we trust that, then, come March, we can all look each other in the eye and say, you know what, we gave it our best shot at being the best team that we could be. So we're trusting the process here at LaSalle, just as the 76ers. It's like a Philadelphia tradition now, I guess. Yep. Do you think with this trusting the process, where do you see the future of LaSalle men's basketball going this year?
I think that we can turn LaSalle into a big-time program that's competing for championships in Atlantic 10, that's competing for championships in the Philly Big Five. And it's going to take some time, but I'm confident that we can get it there. It's going to start with the guys that we have on our team now, believing in what we're trying to do and setting the tone. So now when we recruit players that come into our program, they're coming into a program where there's standards that are already set, right? Mm-hmm. And then everybody just kind of adheres to those standards. So this is year one in that process. I'm trusting it. I think our team is trusting it. And hopefully we can see the results of that process sooner than later.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us in studio today.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure.
Next, we're headed to Sunday Breakfast Rescue Mission, where they serve the community one plate at a time. Are you ready to give back to your community? Start by helping those most in need.
Sunday Breakfast Rescue Mission is a nonprofit organization that seeks to feed the physical and spiritual needs of the less fortunate, in hopes that they too can get a taste of what it means to be a part of the city of brotherly love. Take a look at this week's segment of Service Spotlight.
Sunday Breakfast is all about helping specifically the hungry, the homeless, and the hurting of Philadelphia. So we minister to men, women, and children. We start, our first level is meeting emergency needs. So 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 365 days a year. That means even in a snowstorm, even on Christmas Day, New Year's Day, we're always serving those same meals at those exact same times every day, so that the community can really count on eating with us if they need to. There's no reason anybody should miss even a single meal at any point. Urban Garden is a project we have here in Center City. It kind of helps us to stand out in the neighborhood. Hey, this is a place with intentionality. We are trying to bring beauty and a sense of home and even growth, like the idea of growth being symbolically represented in our garden is really, really cool. I would say you can come and volunteer your time here. You can help serve a meal, or you can donate your gently used clothing or do a food drive for us. I really felt like community was an important thing to provide for homeless people, and so I wanted to work for an organization that did give out resources but gave them out within a structure of community. Holidays are a really awesome opportunity to make our shelter feel more like a home, which a lot of times is our goal, but yeah, definitely getting to share in that with our guests helps with that a lot.
It's amazing how generous people can be when coming up with ways to help each other. We sent a team to the Philadelphia Museum of Art to visit the famed Rocky Steps. There we tested some Philly natives about their knowledge on our city's hometown hero, Rocky Balboa. Can you answer all the questions we've got? Test your knowledge on this week's segment of Philly Facts.
Welcome back to another edition of Philly Facts. I'm Kevin Wynn. We're here at the Art Museum, and we're here to see people know their Rocky trivia. All right, so we're here with Santa Claus. Santa, who plays Rocky?
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
All right, good. All right, how many steps are there into the Art Museum?
A lot.
You want to give a specific number?
1,122.
Oh, so close.
58.
That's close.
I would say around 70. To the Art Museum, there is 147 steps.
That is incorrect.
72.
Felt like 141 when I just ran up there with this tree.
That's not right. They took some steps out.
They took some steps out? All right.
Yeah.
How many Rocky statues are there in the world?
I really don't know. I would say one, but... One. The one and only. It's just over there.
One.
There's 3. One in Denver, Colorado, one in Arizona, and one here.
Oh, they don't count.
They don't...
No, just this one. It's in Philly.
Okay, all right.
Philadelphia has the only real one, the only one that matters.
I'm Kevin Wynn, and this has been another edition of Philly Facts. Thanks for watching.
That's all for Philly Facts. Did you get them all right? That's it for our time for today's episode of Just Next Door. Thank you for coming on this journey around Philadelphia with us as we explored cool locations, cultures, interesting jobs, and much more.
A special thanks again to our guest, Coach Ashley Howard. Tune in next time to see what more is in store for you right here on Just Next Door. I'm Elle Lachlan.
And I'm Blake Griffith. See you next time.